Hello, y'all. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done a video, but and I'm not sure yet if I'm going to share this on where I'm going to share this, but I'll put it on YouTube if they let me. That's kind of how I see this one. I'm kind of and maybe I'll tag who I want to see this or not, or text or whatever. I don't know. I'll see. But I've got some ideas I want to share, and I'm kind of excited about sharing these ideas. And this is a big month. This is Pride Month, which we know what Pride's all about. Pride of demonic behavior and sexual reprobation. Gotta say it like it is. And then this month we got Independence Day, which is the 250th anniversary of the founding of America. And well, I got some things to say here. I'll just get down to it. In the news recently, we've had this one case of this one kid. He was a kid, Carmelo Anthony, and again, it was a racially motivated event. Or what it was meant to do is kind of stoke the racial tensions that have been going for some time, and we saw them brought to surface again, and it's done this constantly, especially with these issues with police, going back to 2014 with the Michael Brown and George Floyd, and well, this goes back to the 60s with civil rights, okay, which I've come to see that in a very, very different way in recent years as I've studied a number of sources, independent sources, thinking for myself, reasoning for myself, being involved as a men's rights activist, working in the school system for 3 years, which I've done. That's why I want to be a little careful what I share this with. But I have a lot of people that I follow on social media and on my activist page especially, and I have a lot of people I share ideas with. And well, when it comes to the men's activism, I see that the men of all different ethnic groups, especially black and white, because those are the two that they always are trying to get to clash on these issues. But I see a lot of common ground that I have with these guys, and we got to go back to the past before civil rights wrecked it all, because it did wreck it all. And you got to listen to the teachings and speeches of guys like Adolf Hitler, Mussolini, Benito Mussolini, Malcolm X, and I now see something. I've kind of seen something that I'd like to share with y'all, and that's the concept of separation. One thing that I think I could have gotten if those guys had all sat down together and discussed a plan. There's something they all could have agreed on. Multiculturalism and a matriarchy is going to destroy not only a culture but also a society, and we're seeing that take place as we speak. And I am even going after Trump supporters now too, because I see a lot of this with them as well. They're not advocating for separatism and patriarchy, and we have to. There's no way around this. We have to go back to the basics of what made us thrive. And even the founders of our Constitution, do you think they would have wanted what we have now? A multicultural melting pot of shit, and led by women and sexual perverts, sexual deviants. We'll just call them what they are. Stop soft soaping this. So, with that being said, I've seen these three big areas in the school system that I'm working under. Three areas. And I have been in enemy territory, trust me. And I've had to really, really, really watch what I say, where I stand. I can't be too outspoken at all. I have to definitely fly under the radar. But the three big areas that they really want to indoctrinate the students with: multiculturalism. And we have a multicultural society. Okay? We have one now, whether you want to admit it or not. And it's a multicultural society with the whites still being the majority by a small amount, but now they're a very hated majority. So the men better start waking up to this fact. Because when we become a minority, we'll be then a very hated minority. Okay? You Peckerwoods better listen, pay attention, and take some notes here. Secondly, what they really have been pushing and advocating for and indoctrinating students with is kind of the no gender norms. They don't want any gender norms anymore. So that's the end of traditionalism. No traditional system, no gender norms. There's no, well, this is what the men do, this is what the women do. This is the way, they're trying to go against that and attack that at all fronts. And make that seem like, well, that's antiquated, that's outdated, and that's not part of the future. So we're trying to do away with this. Last but not least, the promotion of sexual degeneration, degeneracy, such as in the LGBTQ movement, especially the T part. You notice they really, really want to downplay any killings by transgendered people, the serial killings by transgender people, or downplay any issues they have. But going forward, I gotta say something. And this is what I'm doing too now with my own group of white men's rights activists. In order to get something done, you're going to have to strike at the emotion a little bit. You're going to have to rub a sore spot and get them emotional and angry in order to get something done. Because if you don't, you can sit here, you can sit there all day and talk about rates of immigration, how many non-whites are being immigrating into your country. You can talk about black on white crime and how much worse it is than white on black. If you look into the stats, you'll find that's the truth as well. You can hear about how much women are favored in the court system and in divorce proceedings and no-fault divorce and and the adoption of children and the taking of finances. You can quote all these things, or last but not least, you can talk about how much heterosexuals or homosexual couples are likely to molest their children rather than heterosexual. You can go into all this shit. But guess what? If you don't strike at the emotions and you don't get people fired up a little bit, you're probably not going to get anywhere. So that's what I'm doing. I want to get something done here. I want to get something done, and to me, the best way to do it is to be Christofascist. Adopt an attitude of Christofascism. And that is what's going to get something done. Look at the speeches of Mussolini and Hitler. They were able to get emotion behind their movements. And that's the way it has to be done. So at the end of the day, you gotta do something. You gotta strike at the chord. And not let these soft, weak beta males that want to talk and cry and whine and put you down just for trying to do something. Those weak, soft peckerheads that want to just kind of keep you down where they are, stuck and sunk. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to let it happen on my watch. I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to keep getting up. I'm going to keep getting after it. I am the man. I am the redneck juggernaut. And I can't be stopped. And I can't be debunked ever.